Born on January 4, 1911 in Manila, General Rigoberto Joaquin Atienza, or Bert as he was fondly called, was a son to Benaventura Atienza and Ponciano Joaquin, and a brother to Hermenildo and Jose Atienza. General Atienza in his youth showed brilliance by graduating valedictorian at Manila South High School in 1929. In 1933, he graduated with a degree of Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering from the University of the Philippines. While a student at the university, Bert became one of the founding members of the Tau Alpha engineering fraternity and was the first engineering student to become the editor of the university organ, the Philippine Collegian. In 1934, he served the Barredo Construction Company as a practicing civil engineer and was responsible for the construction and installation of the water tank located in front of Gate 1 of Camp General Emilio Aguinaldo, formerly called Camp Murphy. Being a civil engineer did not satisfy his end as an individual. In October 1936, after topping his class at the Reserve Officer Service School in Baguio City, he formally entered the Philippine Military Reserve Force with the rank of 3rd Lieutenant, whereby his excellent performance of duty exalted him for promotion to the rank of 2nd Lieutenant in the regular force. He was among those Filipino soldiers who were members of the United States Armed Forces in the Far East, who stood in the last defending line of Bataan until April 9, 1942, which eventually caused him to join the 75,000 American and Filipino prisoners of war who suffered the Holocaust of the Death March from Kilometer Zero to the internment camp in Camp O'Donnell, Capas, Tarlac. In the same year, 1942, the general was released from imprisonment. However, it did not prevent him from joining the anti-Japanese resistance movements. The capture of General Vicente Lin by the Japanese did not stop Bert to further his objective of repulsing the Japanese invaders and achieving the ultimate freedom of the Filipinos. General Atienza was a part of the Hunters ROTC. He was determined to set free the Philippines from the clutches of the Japanese colonizers by cunningly leading attacks against the Japanese fortresses spanning around Manila down to southern Luzon. He was accountable for numerous guerrilla raids, paralyzing Japanese mobility throughout southern Luzon, particularly in Muntinlupa and Laguna. A particular successful story of his guerrilla raid was setting free the interners during the attack of the Los Baños interners camp in February 1945. His persevering bravery encouraged his comrades to never lose faith and hope to aspire to their goals of realizing a Japanese-free Philippines. General Atienza, with his leadership and professionalism, led to his promotion in the ranks from captain to major and was given command of the 41st Engineer Battalion of the 41st Division, a Philippine Army division manned by Filipinos from the southern Tagalog provinces and led by the first Filipino graduate from West Point, General Vicente Lin. General Atienza received his diploma on ground course from the U.S. Army Command and General Staff School on 13 October 1945, awarded Bronze Cross Medal for heroism on ground combat and USA on 8 January 1948, awarded Distinguished Service Star for his service during World War II in October 1956. He was designated as the Area Commander, 4th Military Area, Philippine Army on 21 March to 1 August 1962. Became the Commanding General of the 4th Philippine Constabulary Zone on 4 August 1962 to 1 September 1963. Promoted to Brigadier General on 13 May 1964, in recognition of his contributions to the defense of Philippine-American relations, the Philippine-U.S. Mutual Board gave appreciation for its outstanding and meritorious services from 1964 to 1965. On 13 January 1965, he rose to the position of the Vice Chief of Staff of the AFP with the rank of Major General. On 14 July 1965, he took his oath of office as the Chief of Staff AFP, and up until 1966, upon his retirement, he became the senior military advisor of the late President Ferdinand E. Marcos. Camp General Rigoberto Atienza, or Camp Atienza, located at Libis, Quezon City, was named after the 12th Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, dated 13 July 1965 to 22 January 1966. Camp Atienza serves as the headquarters of the 51st Engineer Brigade, Philippine Army. Through the AFP Revitalization Program, General Atienza developed the 51st Engineer Brigade to become the Philippine Army's major arm in national development in terms of general engineering projects, humanitarian assistance, and disaster response. It eventually led to the implementation of General Orders No. 62, General Headquarters, Armed Forces of the Philippines, paving the way for the construction of the Santolan Barracks. General Atienza passed away on October 3, 1966, and in 1979, renamed the Santolan Barracks in honor of him. Camp General Rigoberto J. Atienza, with his motto still engraved to this date: "Only your best is good enough to accomplish your mission." The Army Engineers, the Philippine Army, and the Armed Forces of the Philippines as a whole would not have progressed this much without the likes of General Atienza, who dedicated his whole life to fighting for our country's sovereignty. His heroism and patriotism set as a role model for us to remember and perform.